was really excited for my team last Friday against Memphis. Thought it was one of our best performances of the year. And it was a completely team effort from, I believe, all the players on the field, players on the bench. The energy and the focus of the team was exactly where it needed to be. So I'm very excited moving forward for our game against Hofstra. And again, we're going to spend this week preparing and doing the things that we did right throughout the entire year and just working on the details and making sure we're prepared for that game.
Paul, I'm sure you had the belief that a victory could come out of last weekend, but 3-0, did that feel like more than you were going in expecting, and kind of a sign that for your players that look at what we can do here, what we can do down the stretch?
It was a pleasant surprise. We hadn't beaten anybody by more than one goal this entire season, so to get that performance in that moment was great. And it basically, what I tell the players is that they set the standard for what they can accomplish and what they can do. Before the game, we discussed that NCAA games are completely different than any other game. There's no tomorrow. And so the one thing that they can control is their effort and what they needed to do. And they took that advice and they ran with it. And the things that they could control really contribute to the success of the 3-0 win. So, again, we want to go back and focus on that again so we can hopefully have another good performance on Friday.
How have your young players evolved as the season has gone on, and what you're getting out of some of them who, you had a lot of players coming back, but you need those contributions from everyone?
I think the greatest example is Maya Sella. Last year she had a bit of a role, like she would come off the bench, and now she's a starter for us. And, we've talked to her about taking more initiative during the game, and she did. She created the third goal by dribbling a bunch of players and shooting it and getting a rebound off of Danny's shot. And so, we feel those players and the experience that they got even in the games last year have helped us that way. I think another person is Jordan Bloomer. She had a big task of replacing Caitlin Clem, who had experience of 3 years. And she has really taken the season and used it as building and getting better every game. So we're excited about that. We're still fairly young in terms that we have one senior on the field right now, and Emily Borgman comes off the bench to help us out. But having said that, we have juniors and sophomores who've been in the NCAAs for the last 2 years. So that experience, I think, has really paid off and helped us.
Obviously, you've got travel to deal with, but so does Hofstra. That maybe evens out some of what you've got going Friday. But how do you guys, recover after, traveling the game, traveling back, and then having to travel way out west again and be prepared for playing Friday?
It's something that we talked about, and I thought Peyton, right after the game, was very good. We had the group and they were celebrating, and she said, to win the next game, our preparation starts now. We ended the game probably around 9 o'clock or 9:30, and we had to leave at 3:50 in the morning to get back here. So we've had Saturday and Sunday get their feet underneath them, and some of it is the stress of academics. They're on the road and they have to get that stuff sorted out also. So we're using today as a recovery day. But if you look at our tracker this year, we've been better on the road. I think we have the capability of being better in recovery. We're more focused. We spend more time with some of our game plan. So I actually think they enjoy being on the road a little bit more because it takes away some of the distractions that we have. And these guys have been mature with their approach to the game. They know they're not going to California for a business trip, for vacation, though I think they're all excited for the warm weather. That was one of their motivations, I think, for the game. But they know it's a business trip, and they know that what they've worked for all season is right in front of them, and they want to continue to have that success.
What role has Victoria Pinkett played for you guys this season?
Victoria is, she doesn't really have the stats this year to probably show what she's done for this team, but she draws a huge amount of attention to herself with her ability to dribble. But I think some of the stuff that people don't see is the work she does off the ball defensively to track people down. She's a player that has all this talent, but she's also one of the hardest working players on our team. And she's extremely competitive. And that competitiveness has caused her to get fouled a ton because of her ability to dribble and take people on. And it really opens up the field for other players. And in the last probably 7 games, she's really kind of asserted herself more and more. I think after the after the Rutgers Maryland weekend, when I didn't think we produced enough offense, she's kind of taken it upon herself to be a little bit more assertive, and it's kind of showed us down the stretch here that she's really had an impact, and she's going to have to be, again, good on Friday for us to be successful.